Let me ask you this, Arthur. This is a question that I don't think anyone's asked that I think probably probably should be asked. Was Halo Infinite being free to play a mistake? This whole online component, this whole them really pushing the pushing that factor versus focusing on the core component of Halo, which is a lot majorly co-op.
Seeing with what they've done with the multiplayer, yes. If they would have handled the multiplayer differently, no. If we were expecting a Halo game, and what we got was Halo the Battle Pass. That's what we got. You can't customize your armor. You can't customize your armor the way you want, and literally every other Halo game. It's the only there's no true progress. There's no true XP. If you get 100 kills a match, I get 0 kills a match, but we're both on the same team and we won, we get the same amount of points. All that matters in your progress for the multiplayer is the battle pass challenges. So in fact, Real, you can get it. In fact, Real, arguably, give or take the scenario, you could get like 100 kills in one match. I can get 2 kills, but those 2 kills were with barrels, which were part of my challenge. I actually could progress more in the battle pass more than you. And again, and they also introduced something called armor sets or armor types, like literally armor A, armor B. So as you progress in the battle pass, you're like, oh, I finally unlocked a color set or a shoulder piece. Oh, but it's for the other armor set I don't like. So versus the other Halo games, you can just turn on the multiplayer. I'm going to be pink, I'm going to be orange, I'm going to be green. I want this shoulder to be blue. I want this arm to be red. I want this leg to be this. I want this to be this. And then you progress to get your different armor customizations via progression, like I would say any other, but with an asterisk, because like battle passes are becoming more and more of the norm.
Yeah.
You can't, because it's all locked within this battle pass thing. And so again, if they would have handled multiplayer differently, I don't think it's a problem that it would have been free. Yeah. But seeing how the multiplayer is clearly entirely wrapped around this battle pass challenge bullshit, they fucked up. I'll be honest. No one. I don't play Halo. None of my friends play Halo anymore. We just don't. Like I want to play Halo, but at the same time, it's like I want to progress, but then I have to stop doing what I'm doing to focus on this other bullshit. First, you know what I mean?
No, yeah, no, I totally get you. You're making great points because part of me wonders why they didn't just kind of split it up. So like whatever they're showing on the conference, whatever they're showing at E3, whatever they're showing on these other conferences before the release of the game, it's just the game. It's the say like a multiplayer with a couple of maps, but campaign co-op is a part of it, and there's no free to play nonsense at the moment. They just focus on the game, and that's and then work on all the other bullshit later. You know what I mean? And it connects to the game. I just don't know why they focused on. It's almost like they were building a house, and then once they had they had a couple of the walls up, they focused on like painting that part of that wall that's up, and then decorating that part of that wall that's up. It's like, wait, we still have to work on the rest of the house. You know what I mean?
Where's the roof? This window looks really nice. And here's the other thing too that makes me mad. This is like, I haven't touched a campaign because I want to play cooperative, but also I'm from what I've seen, I'm really disappointed in the fucking campaign. I know a lot of people are giving it praise. I'm not. Like, if I had like, again, just knowing what the story is, I'm already against it. Here's why, Drill. Did you play Halo 5?
Yes, I did.
Cool. Guess what? You didn't fucking need to. This campaign has nothing to do with that game. Has nothing to do with it. Halo 5 had a decent story. I know a lot of people were against the whole Spartan lock. You can see the bottom half right there. It was Spartan lock, hunting down Rogue, AWOL, Master Chief, and then all of a sudden Halo 5 ends with this. Halo 5 spoiler ends with this crazy shit of Cortana like convincing all the AI within the UNSC to like go rogue and shut down and shit, and all of a sudden, boom, it's like the entire UNSC is left like floating adrift with no communications, no way to communicate. You know what I mean? It's like the AI, they like all the AI became like A, sentient, and B, kind of rebelled. And I thought, hey, the next Halo was gonna be like a war with the AI or something like
A
that.
continuation of that story.
Nothing. That no. And in fact, technically, if you want to know more about that, you have to fucking find the books and the fucking journals and shit to read about that. Because here's something else I'm gonna get mad too. Is I was a little nervous about the story from day one, because Halo kind of follows that Resident Evil tradition, or vice versa, which I forget which came first, of numbers versus words. Games have the thing of like part 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 1, 2, 3, Revengeance 4. You know what I mean? There's like it's like the you know what I mean? It's like when it has a word, it's not a direct sequel. It's a spinoff. It's linked. So immediately, I was hyped, but confused of like, why isn't this called Halo 6? Because it's not Halo 6. It's Halo 6.5, because the story we would have seen for Halo 6 already happened in these fucking journals. So
why do you think that? Do you think there's a technical, maybe legal reason why they couldn't continue that? Because it was in the hand, like 343 made that, right? That wasn't that wasn't under Bungie, so there's no legal shenanigans around that. So why wouldn't they continue the series?
The only thing I can think of is, remember, a handful of creative directors left, and maybe the new person that ran the helm said, hey, Swerve or fucking Drift, we're gonna go this whole other direction with the story. Why? Like Halo 5 legit, like kind of like literally ends on like a cliffhanger. You are Master Chief floating with Cortana in this crazy fucking alien planet ship thing. I remember it loosely. It came out years ago. Sorry, I don't remember the exact fucking frame by frame scene. But again, like the AI, all the AI, okay, not all, but like nearly all the AI in the UNSC go AWOL and join Cortana.
Yeah.
Because the whole point, like at least from Master Chief's perspective of the game, because you switch between Master Chief and his team and Locke and his team, is Master Chief is trying to get Cortana back to like stop going AWOL, and like, well, turns out she even goes harder AWOL and fucking brings every other AI with her, and so I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna have like a new war. It's gonna be this crazy thing. And then they're like, nah, let's bring back this enemy type from Halo Wars 2, because that sold really well. I'm just, like I said, I'm so disappointed in Halo.
No, I'm glad you brought that up, because I think you make a very valid point, and I'm wondering if anyone's watching this on the YouTube, throw some comments down as far as for what Arthur's saying. You know, I mean, do you guys like that they skipped Halo 5 and made their own separate story, or was it a mistake and they should have continued it? I think it would have been a lot more interesting. You know.
And I'm confused, because I'm like, am I the only one? Because review wise, the story is getting a lot of reviews, but I think it's based on gameplay, not the actual fucking story. And that's not wrong, but it's like, I mean, like,
reminds me of like the DC universe, where it's like, oh, this isn't a continuation from the last movie.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Like I said,
this is a standalone. It's like, oh, okay.
and it sucks that my initial confusion states day one. I'm like, oh, Halo Infinite, this isn't Halo 6. And I immediately, like, talking to you, because I was back when we used to do the E3 days. I think that was one of my not sober ones. I was like, oh, so this is like a spinoff? And I'm like, no, that's Master Chief. You know, because again, like, there's Halo 3, then there's Halo ODST.
Yeah.
There's Halo, there's Halo, then there's Halo, then there's Halo Reach. You know what I mean? Like, right. Halo is Master Chief. So far, anything that hasn't been like numerical isn't Master Chief. That's Halo Wars, not Master Chief. I'm not a, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like that spin-off thing. So I still don't. So one, for me now, it's like this story that as a story, I'm no longer looking forward to, because what I wanted to see has already happened in fucking journals. Now even more, I'm even less hyped for it, because now it's not cooperative. It wasn't cooperative at day one launch, and even now it's not cooperative for even fucking longer. I've uninstalled it. I've literally uninstalled it. Like, I'm no longer playing the multiplayer. It's just taking him space, and now I'm gonna play it just to play it. But like again, the story that I wanted to see that they made me want to see via the ending of Halo 5, I'm not gonna get now.